All righty. Hey, everybody. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. We're about to be live in all the places today because we're lunch and learning. One of my absolute favorite ways to connect with you guys. Some days I try to flip it around a little bit. So one day I may do a late evening live. Another day I may do. In the middle of the day, sometimes the morning is working, but it's always an opportunity to connect with different ladies in different parts of the world. If you are new here, I am Christina Garrett. I am your productivity coach. I am the voice in your mind, helping you to get more done by strategically doing less. Okay. Hello and good morning. And so today we're talking about what a big deal you are. What a big deal you are. And the reason that we're kind of focusing differently this week is because of a conversation that I had with one of my absolute favorite clients. And I'm getting comfortable because y'all know when I teach, I enjoy it. Hey everybody, good morning or good afternoon, depending on where you are and where you're watching from. I wanted to take some time today to affirm that you are what the world is waiting on. Okay. Now, I know I say this often. This is the whole reason we organize our world. Okay. Hey, y'all. This is the whole reason that we organize our busy schedules, why we nurture our families. This is the reason why we're working on all the things that we're working on, the reason that you're stretching yourself, reason that we're feeling that crunch, that pulling that is so good for us. The reason that we're feeling and experiencing these is because we're waiting on this magic that you're delivering to us in the world. And so I had a really interesting and amazing coaching call with one of my ladies yesterday. And she's a busy wife. She's a busy mom. She is just incredible at the things that she does. I'm talking about she has climbed the ladder in some ways. Hi, Tracy. She's climbed the ladder in some ways that, break barriers, okay? Breaking barriers. And I was just applauding her because since we've been working together, these are some of the awesome changes that have been happening inside of her and in her life and in her family. And, I'm not taking credit, it's God, but I'm just saying it's not a coincidence. So anyway, we're going forward and we're having our coaching call today. And as she is yesterday, and as she's stretching herself and working on her goals and, she's moving in the direction of her dreams, all of this stuff, she was having some moments. Like, don't we all have moments? We all have some moments where we're really not sure if I can say this, if I can do this, if it's my time to accomplish this next big, enormous, exciting thing. Okay. I've shared with you guys over the course of the last few weeks. I'm like, I really got to find new goals now. I got to find new goals now because like so many incredible things are happening. And I'm shifting in some really exciting ways. Like in a couple weeks, I am honored and privileged to lead some self-care and wellness sessions for the Women of Color Coaches Network, right? Which is a tribe of minority women coaches at university and WNBA level. Somebody say new goals. Like, is the new goal now the W? Like, how's that even a thing, right? So when we're talking about doing something bigger, when we're talking about going to the next level, when we're talking about pouring our energy and our time and our focus into this myriad of beautiful places where we know God is leading us to, like when we're going there, we got to ask ourselves, am I feeling that what I'm doing, what I'm putting my energy into is a big deal? It's a big deal. It's needed. It's needed. It's needed in the world. Like they're waiting on me to show up as the fullest, most exemplary and excellent version of myself. They're waiting. And every time Christina, let's say you listen today and you get something and you grab it and you run with it, right? Every single time that Christina, slow down, am not intentional, get stagnant, get content, get a little lazy, right? Every time I um do some things that are out of alignment with the future and where we're going, every time I do that, I'm letting somebody down. Like there are days where women message me after the live or they watch the replay and they're like, I really felt like I was not going to be able to do what was in my heart to do. And then you sent me that video or you sent that email or you did this, you did that. It happens on a daily basis. A daily basis. So every time we are sitting stuck in this current place or feeling kind of meh, which is okay to feel like that, but we just can't live there. Every time we feel kind of a meh, it doesn't matter if I do, it doesn't matter if I don't. There's somebody that is looking for the essence of who we are in order to take their next step as well. Okay. So today we're going to lunch and learn a little bit about how you're a big deal. You're a big deal. You are a big deal. Okay. So a lot of times we have to work on our thoughts matching our goal and matching our vision. Matching our goal, matching our vision. I told someone one time, I was like, I was really struggling with certain shifts in my business and changing of the price and just all these things. And she was like, based off of what I know about you, I never would think that you struggle with that. And in that time period, I was like, you know what? I shouldn't struggle. Maybe you're in that same place where you're like, hey, I'm kind of mulling over in my mind. I'm not really sure right now which direction I'm going. Are your thoughts about yourself matching up with the vision that you have? Hey, Janisha, are your thoughts about you? Because a lot of times we are looking, and I shared with my client yesterday, I was like, a lot of times we are looking for validation from someone else to tell us that we're going in the right direction. We're doing the right thing. My energy is going to the right places. A lot of times we're all over the place in that regard. We're waiting on someone else to echo what we should know and feel about ourselves. Can you feel inside that you're a big deal? Can you feel inside like you bring something incredible? Can you feel inside that what you're presenting is needed? Are you feeling that? Are we waiting on somebody else to echo these sentiments, to say it instead of it just being confirmation of what we already know about ourselves? So our thoughts have to match up, okay? So here are some reasons that we don't think we're a big deal. If you have not shared this video with a sister, share this video. Here are some reasons why we might not feel like we're a big deal and how we can overcome it. Here are some reasons why you may feel like you're not a big deal and how you can overcome it. Reason number one, we don't feel qualified. Reason number one, we don't feel qualified. This could come from self-doubt. Okay, this could come from self-doubt where we're just not sure about our skills, capabilities, what we're given. Or it could come from, I know who I am and what I'm bringing, but maybe I don't have the receipts to show it yet. You can have either one of these reasons. Either reason can work. You may feel like I don't have enough receipts or proof that I am who I say I am, or you can have self-doubt in your capabilities. That may be why we don't feel like we're a big deal yet. That may be why we can't really feel ourselves because we're still in the building process. And there's nothing wrong with the building process. However, one challenge that you will have to overcome is seeing the value and intent and awesomeness in yourself before you expect the rest of the world to see it. Hi, baby. Before you expect the rest of the world to see it, You have to say to yourself, self, I got it going on, even while I'm waiting for everyone else to get the update. They haven't updated yet. They're not sure yet. That's okay. You don't have to be sure, but I know right now in this current place that this is something that is needed and desired and wanted. Okay? We have to let it simmer. We got to let it sit and say to ourselves, self, there's something incredible happening, and I believe in my capability to produce it. I believe in my capability to produce it. So self-doubt can come from a bunch of places, okay? Good afternoon. Self-doubt can come from a bunch of places, and most of us don't want to admit that we doubt ourselves. One of my Facebook friends, we were messaging yesterday, and she was like, yeah, I'm considering, not boycotting my business, but going over here to do this. I'm considering. I said, when I tell you I have thought about decisions just like this every other week. And then I have these magnanimous wins, and God reminds me that I'm right where I'm supposed to be. But it does not mean that even the greatest of the greatest do not doubt themselves ever. Who said that? Who told us that we'll never doubt ourselves? I think the only one that never did was Jesus himself. So there will be moments where you're not sure. That's okay. But it doesn't take away from the fact that you're a big deal and you're still called and chosen for such a time as this. Okay. And so sometimes we may not feel qualified, or we may lack receipts. What are receipts? I love receipts. Receipts are other people's opinions that you are who you say you are. So because you don't have, hey ladies, because you don't have a myriad of receipts or people that echo that you're dope, you may feel a little apprehensive about coming out like, how do y'all not know who I am? You may be a little apprehensive about saying, hey, you know what? This might not be for me. Hi, Delisha. This might not be for me. I'm not really sure. What am I going to do about this? We're having all these mental blockages, all these mental hurdles that we're working really hard to climb over because maybe we don't have 10 coaching clients that say Christina's incredible at what she does. Almost every time y'all hop on here, somebody is like, she's a great coach. You should work with her. I got receipts. But when I started off, it was the building process. And so sometimes we can doubt ourselves. We can feel like, hey, I'm not that big of a deal because we feel that self-doubt or we lack receipts. Okay. What do we do about it? We build. We work the process. What do we do instead? We build and we work the process. And then we rinse and repeat. If you are a coach, for example, but you don't have any clients, that should be your first mission. Go find you some clients. Find you 2 or 3 people and mastermind them. And then say, listen, can you give me feedback? Can you give me a testimonial based off of the service that I've provided for you? The opportunity, the open door that I have provided for you. Can you give me that feedback? Do it just like rocket, just like that. But there are sometimes when we lack the receipts, we just need something tangible to say, hey, I'm the GOAT. Okay. But you're still a big deal even while you're in the building process. But we just have to take it one day at a time. And that's okay. All right. Somebody once I guess they were trying to figure out like, am I who I say I am or all this stuff? And I was just like, just type in like Christina Garrett and Mamathon in Google. And all kind of Christina Garrett productivity coach, whatever you want to. And then you'll have a couple pages of stuff that says that this community provides this. Okay. So anyway, a lot of times we undermine ourselves. We don't think we're a big deal because we feel self-doubt. We don't feel qualified. And because we have a lack of receipts. Okay. But baby, some of us will still be out here feeling like we're no big deal with the receipts. With receipts. You will have worked for prestigious companies, partner with incredible brands, spoken in front of, but because it didn't seem big to you, you forget how major it is to other people. Some people hate speaking in public. I got a call to help a young lady with her event tomorrow. And she's like, I'm hosting a conference, but I'm not a speaker. She was like, speaking is not her thing. I was like, girl, hand me the mic. Like, it's literally all I do. Okay. So for some other people, we might feel like what we do is not a big deal, when in reality, sis, you got the sauce and we're looking for it. Okay. So number one is sometimes we don't think we're a big deal because we don't feel qualified. Number two, we don't always think we're a big deal because we listen to people who are limited in their perspective. We listen to people who are limited in their perspective. Now, I was about to say they're small-minded, but I really don't think that anybody is small-minded. They just haven't had their scope enlarged. They haven't had opportunities where they could see something different, see something bigger, right? My husband, I don't think he's watching. He's about to catch his flight to come home. He did a partnership with Tuskegee University and 4-H and cooperative extension. And baby, they paid him money. Okay, they paid him money. And he was just so floored. Like, I would just run my mouth and talk for free. My husband was like, I would just run my mouth and talk for free. Like, that's literally his passion. That's what he does. And so it's almost incredible, though, to think that people will stand in agreement with you, but there are folks that have never seen this. There are folks that believe you have to work hard for everything that you've ever had. And if you want to grow in this way, you're going to have to just hustle and grind and labor and sweat and all of this stuff that you're like, oh, I don't really want my life to look like that. There's an ease and a flow that you can walk into, but it takes time, energy, intention to shift there. But a lot of times we are talking to friends, family members, people in our communities who their perspective is limited. So they only see where they've been, what they've experienced. They have not seen or experienced this different level, this greater that you're now walking into. Maybe, just maybe, everybody in your family went to college, right? Traditional college. You decided you were going to do a trade. And they're like, no, that'll never pan out. But now you're an electrician and you make $80,000 a year. And they went to college, got student loan debt, and they're making 45 or 50. Not knocking the money, right? But I was able to access this different level without doing all the same things. And if you have not seen that, then how can you truly appreciate or value that? So sometimes we're listening to people who their perspective, their scope is limited. They've only experienced this, and this. So they speak and teach out of those limitations. I told my client yesterday, I was like, when I see you, I see you speaking on the news. I see you talking to women and girls conferences and workshops and all of these things. I said, when I look at you, that's what I see. I was like, so don't see anything less in yourself. See it for yourself now before you get there. I was like, and maybe, just maybe, we limit the conversation that we're having with people who don't have a similar perspective. Hey, sis, you a big deal. Maybe we take a pause on sharing ideas and brainstorming and brain dumping with people whose perspectives are limited. And we're not knocking them. We're not going to call them small-minded. We're not going to say they're less than or any of that. If that's how you want to rock your life, sis, go right ahead. Go right ahead. But maybe because I'm in this growing place, I think about, the sun is coming out a little bit now. Think about growing plants and gardens and all these things. Hey sis. And what we do before we go out, we don't just go out and drop seed on the grass, do we? Somebody talk to me in the comments. Do we just, when it's time to grow something and you want fruit from it, do we just go outside and drop the seed on the grass? No, we don't. We do not go outside and just drop cucumber seeds. just throw it on top. Instead, we take time, don't we, Nina? We take time. We prepare the soil. We prepare the soil. That's right. We don't just drop it. We move some things around. We might fertilize that soil or use a special type. We're putting the bags down. We're using paper bags. We're using raised beds. We're doing all this preparation in order to prepare to grow something amazing. So why is it that when we are pregnant with an idea, when we are dreaming of something awesome, our minds are going into, this next level, this next thing. Maybe the people in your family, nobody else is married, still happily married with kids. So now when they see you and your husband, they can't fathom people staying together, right? You're the only happily married. I got some clients, they're the only happily married person in their family. So maybe when I'm having some challenges, I don't go to anybody that's in this circle because you're not going to help me prepare to grow. You're not that person. And that's okay. Like, let's let it be okay. They're not less than, they're not small-minded, none of that. But maybe you're not helping me prepare my soil for the growth. Maybe your current perspective is limited in your scope, in what you see and how far you'll go and all this stuff. Maybe you're limited. Some of my ladies, they come find me because I got a million kids. And some of them are like, yeah, I don't mind learning how to do this business thing with this family thing and this be a hot wife thing, but she don't have no children. So this particular coach doesn't understand. So some ladies come to me just because I am a wife. We've been married 16 years next month. I'm a homeschooling mom of 5 kids, 14 down to 4. I've been momathoning or doing mom coaching, mom support for the last decade. I have literally worked with hundreds of mothers around the world, spoken on all types of platforms and places, advocating for the wellness of women with families. And now as we shift to corporate organizations and ministries and the WNBA and all these other places, like, now that we're shifting, I'm like, listen, come work with me. But if you don't, it's okay. I'll be at home with my peaceful family taking a nap. But we're going to work regardless. So sometimes women come and find me just because they're like, hey, I need to know about this family thing. I'm a pastor's wife. So now I'm talking to more ministry wives and hearing about their struggles, all of these things shifting. Okay. So maybe as you shift, you want to make sure I don't have to be the person that helps you prepare your soil. You may have somebody else in mind, right? That's a good fit. That you feel like, hey, I believe that I can work with this person and they're going to help me to get where I need to get to. All fine and good. But let's remember, everyone that's around us is not there to help us prepare our soil to grow something great. Some folks may literally be pouring out, operating from a place of, this is what I see, this is what I've known, this is my experience. The same as some of us who are being gentler parents. Maybe you don't whoop your kids for everything, and your family members don't understand why you don't beat the black off your children. They don't understand why you don't yell and scream and do all the things. You're talking to them because you want to develop a respectful relationship. I'm in that happy medium. I just want y'all to know. I'm in a happy medium, but wanting to develop those respectful relationships. Maybe that's something that the folks in your family didn't do. So here we are expecting for validation, encouragement, reasonable advice for the next level, but they don't have a next level to give you. Be okay. Grieve that loss. Move on. Sometimes we don't think we're a big deal because we are talking to people who are limited in their perspective. They're limited in their perspective. We have to forgive them for that and go surround ourselves intentionally with women, with support systems, with coaches, with classes that are feeding the next big thing. Okay. So sometimes we're doubting that we're a big deal. Number one, because we don't feel qualified. Maybe you're still working on your receipts. Maybe you are, you have some self-doubt. It's okay. Okay. We don't listen. I wish I could say every morning I wake up and I'm like, girl, you the baddest. Not every morning, but there are things that I do strategically to get my mind right. Oh, honey, we're gonna do this mindset stuff. We're gonna do this work because I cannot show up like a victim. I can't show up like, oh, I just don't know. No, we do know where we're going with this. So there are some mornings where I'm tired. Maybe I didn't sleep like I was supposed to. I'm like, okay, we're about to get this coffee popping. We're about to remind ourselves who you are and whose you are, and we're going to handle business. So sometimes we can have self-doubt, happens to the best of us. And then we can also suffer from lack of receipts. You don't have the proof at this moment that verifies you are who you say you are, but it's a process. Start to stack those receipts. Okay. Start to stack those receipts. Show up consistently. Be on other people's platforms if you're a business owner, things of that nature. Get testimonials from people that you supported. Work on your speaker sheet, whatever it is that you're working on and you're trying to do. Number two, we listen to people who are limited in their perspective. So you're talking to and hearing your family members, friends who have never done what you're doing and expecting for them to give you some kind of concrete platform to stand on. All they can do is give you their truth in love based off of their current perspective. And it's okay for us to intentionally seek after those who are in the same direction of where we're going. Okay. Then number three, the reason that we don't always think we're a big deal is because we feel like it doesn't take all of that. It doesn't take all of that. Now, some of us, and we can echo this if we've ever said anything like, I just need this. I don't need all of that. I just need this right here. We've said, I just want to be comfortable. I just want to be a little further along than I was. I was listening to Pastor Darius Daniels. This is maybe it was last week. And he was talking about how because this current season is so much better than the last season, we're willing to settle. And me and my husband were sitting on the couch together, listening to this, and we looked at each other because our current season is so much better than the last season, baby. The last season was struggle. Y'all hearing me? Like when me and my husband first got married, we would like wrap up our food in newspaper and put it in the microwave because we didn't have no plates. Our first car, if it went over 50 miles an hour, it would start to shake. Okay. We had to take the back road everywhere. We joke and say our oldest son is hardier than these other bougie kids because he used to have to ride in the Alabama heat. We didn't have any air conditioning. Then once the twins were born, God blessed us with a van that had automatic windows and air conditioning. We were living large. Do y'all hear me? Like when we pulled up to church and we said, y'all, we got a testimony. We got a new car. The whole church started clapping. It was that bad. Y'all hear me? It was that bad. That was the struggle. So sometimes we can be so used to this current season being better than the old season, so we settle and we tell ourselves things like, I don't need to be that much bigger than I am right now. I'm okay with being right here for this time. Maybe I am a kind of a big deal, but the best has already happened. Oh, I'm coming down somebody's street now. The best, I'm already in this best. Because this right now is better than what used to be. Man, he has blown our minds. And if he doesn't do anything else, he has done enough. But that's not what the word says. The word says, he that has begun a good work, he's faithful to perform it, faithful to finish it. Nina on Instagram, she says her current season is better. Their refrigerator was bare. She said the refrigerator was bare. So now that we got some abundance, we feel like God is done. But he's not done. He's not done. And we say things to ourselves like, I don't even need all of that. Like, I'm good. If I just got here, that's fine for me. I just want to get here. Like, for a long time, I was like, if I can just get to Essence Magazine. I got that. Now I got to create some new goals, new business goals, new public relations goals, new goals. Where are we going next? What are we doing next? What is God doing next? God, you're not finished. I'm too in this situation where he's not done. He's not done. If you're still here, he's not finished. There's more for you to do. So how dare I tell myself? I tell myself, listen, average is okay. Mediocre is acceptable. Look at that person over there. She's doing the most. And we have this feeling, even if it's only in the back of our minds or in the back of our spirits, that says, you know what I have is good enough. Because I'm living better than I used to be living, I'm good. And so sometimes we forget, and I'm about to read this scripture, which is the heart behind what I was sharing. Okay. So I'm about to slide this over for a second. Y'all roll with me. I am reading from very familiar passage of scripture. Y'all have heard it a million times. Okay. Matthew 5:14 through 16. Because I can't talk to y'all and then I give you a little bit of word. You are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden. Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on its stand, and it gives light to everyone in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven. Now, somebody says to themselves, I just want to be this. I just want to do this. This is, if I can just get here. Not only does that take away from our joy of the present, but it also robs us of the potential for the future because we exit expectation. And I'm talking to myself. It's okay. If I'm teaching and preaching today, just say yes. So we rob ourselves of the glorious expectation of the future, where we forget that he who's started the work, he's going to finish the work. When we forget that the work that he's put inside of us is the equivalent of being the light of the world. You're the light of the world. What did he give you the light for if you were going to choose to be average? Why did he give you the light? So you can be mediocre about how you pursue things. Why did he give you this light if you were going to take it and put it under a bowl? No, instead, your light is supposed to be on the stand to give light to everyone that's in your vicinity. You are a big deal. The work that you're doing is a big deal. Your goal, your vision, big deal. Your transformation, big deal. When I show up for you guys here in this space or for my clients, it's a big deal. When we take it to other places and I want to make Jesus famous, it's a big deal. You stacking your receipts is a big deal. Do your work, do your due diligence. To be someone that their good deeds glorify your Father in heaven. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden. And somehow, some kind of way, we are okay with being a hidden city. I can't coach a woman who wants to play small. I'm like, what are we doing this for? If you don't want public relations. I don't understand. Why are we here? What are we doing? All of this for if we don't want to bring more eyes and more attention and more energy to our work. Why are we here? If you don't want your children to look at you and say, wow, that's my mama. All my kids, and whenever I come in with good news now, my daughter, all she says is, are we taking a trip as a result of this? That's all she says now. Are we going somewhere? Is this a women's conference? Like we're going somewhere? Like, baby, no, it's virtual. Oh, okay. She wants to go catch flights with mama. Why are we doing this? Why are you building? And if you can look around, look at your family. I want my sons to see that they have a mother that puts her all in her energy into her work. I want my sons to see a woman who knows how to rest and knows how to delegate to teach them how to be amazing life partners and husbands. I want my daughter to see her mother loving her family well, loving her daddy well, and still handling her business, taking it to the next level, always next level, always next level. So as I prepare to facilitate this Women of Color Coaches conference, wellness, self-care, all of this stuff, as we partner with Essence, as we support Sweet July, as we do all of this stuff that's happening, that's rolling out now, I'm like, wow, God, what's next? And when we don't think of ourselves as a big deal, we take our time, we move too slow, there's no sense of urgency at all. It's like, oh, I can wait till tomorrow to do that. No. Feel a sense of gravity that this is my life's work. It's my life's work. Mom coach, wellness advocate, my life's work. This is why I'm here on this planet, is to support moms. To help them say, I've gone down this avenue. I don't know what to do with this baby, but he or she is here now. And I need a tribe of people that believe the best in me. That's why we're here. On the next level, supporting in workshops and conferences and facilitating and all this other kind of stuff. Like all this stuff is extra and goes along with it. Stacking logos is just extra, right? But the essential part of this work is, how do I, as a community leader and as a coach, support you? How do we do that? How do you say, I'm a big deal, I want all of this and then some for my family, and now I need accountability, support, a plan, a strategy to make it happen? That's where all of this is going. That's what all of this is about. And so sometimes we don't think we're a big deal for 3 reasons. Number 1, you undermine yourself. We don't feel qualified, or we haven't produced that level of receipts yet to say, I feel bold, I feel confident. Okay. That's something that I work with my clients on, building receipts. How do we get on more stages, more podcasts, more summits? How do we pitch ourselves to the media? How do we do all these things? Because receipts confirm that you are who you say you are. Okay. Then sometimes we listen to people who are limited in their understanding. They've only seen up to level 5, but you want to go to level 10. And because that's where you want to go, maybe, just maybe, we don't overshare. Maybe as we're brainstorming and brain dumping on these new ideas, maybe you're not the person, even though I love you, maybe you're not the person that I talk this through with. Even though I really do believe you want what's best for me, maybe you're not the person that I work through this with, because you might be limited in your perspective, in your scope of things, and that's okay. We're not upset with you for it. We don't love you any less. We're not calling you small-minded and all of a sudden we're too good for, because you've been watching Earn Your Leisure and listening to Self-Care with Christina and all this other kind of stuff. Maybe we just don't overshare. Maybe we figure out who we're learning from, what we're working on, this discipline, this strategy, and then we later on people are like, "Oh my goodness, I see what you're doing. Go girl." But it's been all this elbow grease behind the scenes. And yes, I am connecting with and going to the people that I know have a larger perspective. I'm sharing that with that friend. I'm sharing that with that coaching partner. I'm sharing that with your spouse, right? But there are some days when, let's say hypothetically, I feel like giving up on homeschooling. And there are days where I talk to my husband, I just don't want to homeschool anymore. These kids get on my nerves. They just talk too much. And he's like, well, listen, let's put them in school, right? And I'm like, well, I didn't say I wanted to put the kids in school. I just said they talk a lot today. Who could I have called? Not that my husband doesn't love me, love our kids, and want the best for our family, but maybe I called my best friend who also had 5 kids and also was a homeschooling mom at the time to voice my frustration. Maybe I go into the African American homeschool mom group and say, y'all, I'm about to send my children to meet the Lord early. Okay, Tracy? Maybe I go and connect with those people who are in those same shoes and have a similar perspective or experience with this challenge, in order to make sure that I get the right kind of results and the right kind of progress and echoing those good things back to me. Okay. Sometimes we can feel less than because we told the wrong people. Somebody let that simmer. Sometimes we can feel like we're not a big deal because we told the wrong people. And it doesn't mean they're small-minded. It doesn't mean they don't love you. It doesn't mean they don't want what's best for you. All of that and then some. But maybe I just told the wrong person that idea, and they couldn't value why you would want to go to electrician school instead of a 4-year college. Maybe they couldn't understand why, everybody else in your family is single, no kids, or single with kids, and they don't understand you doing the work. Girl, what you mean he cheated or you cheated or such and such happened and y'all are going to counseling to work it out? I don't understand. Leave him, girl. But they don't have no perspective about healing marriages and trauma. Whatever is y'all business. It's y'all business. As long as he ain't hitting on you and y'all trying to work that stuff out, that ain't none of your business, ma. It's not any of your business. So sometimes we can feel like we're not a big deal because, or this situation isn't as important, or it's not as valued, or whatever. Tracy, I love you, girl. We're gonna talk tomorrow. All these things that we just told the wrong people. We told the wrong people our idea. And so then we start second guessing ourselves and doubting ourselves, when in reality, what you want to put out into the world is going to change somebody's life. It's going to change someone's life. So the Bible says you are the light of the world. There's a song, I don't know if y'all sing it in y'all church. We were singing when I was growing up. You are the light of the world, a bright light shining in a very dark world. Okay. And so the Bible says you are the light of the world. Nobody lights a lamp and puts it under something. Nobody puts the city at the very bottom where no one can see it. No, you put it on top of the hill. You are the lighthouse, turning and beaconing other people to come closer to who God is because of what it is that you put out into the world. Because of what it is that you're putting out. So here I am telling myself We would never say this, but this is what we say. Okay? And I'm going to wrap up in a second because it's been 40 some minutes. We will say with our actions, even if not with our words, I'm not a big deal. I am not the light of the world. Hey, Stacy. We will say, I am not the light of the world. And we might not say it verbally with our mouth. You would never say that. You would never say that about yourself, ever. But we say it with our actions. We say it with our actions. I'm not the light because I'm comfortable being under something. I'm comfortable hiding. I'm comfortable being the city, this big, bold, bright city. I'm comfortable being hidden down in the depths. I'm okay with that. Hello, ladies. Good morning or good afternoon. I'm comfortable. So we literally tell ourselves, I'm not that big of a deal, only because we don't feel like it takes all of that. It don't, you know how you go to church and somebody's like, oh, they start running laps. And they're like, you don't even got to shout like that. You don't know what I'm dealing with. You don't know where I am. You don't know what I need from God. Let me just get that out there now. Okay? You don't even know. So since you don't know, just mind your business. I'm going to mind my business. I'm going to get what I came for, right? I feel like the same rules apply to being the light of the world and you putting your magic out into the world, okay? Because he says that you're supposed to let your light shine. Hold on, I'm about to teach a quick lesson here. Yep, that's the button. Y'all see the difference? Everybody here see the difference? Y'all see the difference? Okay. So he says, let your light so shine so that men or women or whoever it is you're talking to, hi, Marita, love you. Let your light so shine so that men will see your good works. Women see your good works and glorify who? You? Baby, you a big deal, but you're not the biggest deal. So it's not even about you. It's about what God wants to do in your life. It's about what God wants to do in your life. It's a big difference between this and this. It's a big difference. Can we turn the light on? Can we turn the light on? Can we make the intentional decision as a community? And I mean this, like if you're not in the Facebook group, come into the Organize Your World Facebook group. Come in the group and tell us, how are you going to turn the light on? Because what I really want to see is all of Q3, July, August, September, because October should be a shouting fest. I'm wearing flats. Do y'all hear me? I'm wearing flats to the Marathon Conference because I might have to walk the room. I might need to sit in the corner somewhere by myself while Glenn sings praise and worship because it's the next level. Like, can October be graduation? Because Tracy, I don't know if you go to church like I go to church. I love my church members. But I can't lay on the floor at church and just cry if I feel like crying. Because they're going to say, are her and the pastor getting a divorce? So I'm excited. This is just me. I want to work. I want to grind out all of Q3. And even if you don't work with me, go with me. Make the decision. Make the decision that you're going to turn the light on. and not be small just because just maybe some people in your circle or the folks that you told those ideas to before. Tracy said messy. You know I'm telling the truth. You can't lay on it. That's why I like going to other people's churches. Because I was going to land, Lord, would you do it? They're going to think my husband has cheated on me and had a baby with another woman. So I gotta shout before I get there. Let's go walk the floor and give God glory. Because some of the stuff that's unfolding right now, can be nobody but God. Can't be nobody but God. But let me tell you, Nina said they'll start up with the rumors, won't they? They run tell that ain't even nothing to tell. That's everybody church. That's not my church per se. That's everybody church. Something God's doing right now, like y'all. And one post, yes, this is me being transparent. One post yesterday, I took the post down. I said, we cannot post Forever 21 and being in front of women in the WNBA in the same day. We just can't post this. And back. I was like, why don't we just post after the conference is over? Like, just like at a certain point, you can't have Essence Magazine and maybe the WNBA at the same month. We can't. That's just doing too much. But I'm going to tell y'all, since we on live and y'all stuck around long enough. I'm like, God, what is happening? But I'm here for it. And I'm here to remind y'all to be the big deal. Stack your receipts. Be consistent. Show up. Pitch yourself. Prepare the soil. Prepare the soil. Because some of us are like, oh, yeah, God's going to do it, but we don't do nothing. We journal it. We journal it. This is a new one because I got like 500 of these. We put it in our journal, and then that's it. That's the culmination. And we take a step. We take a step in the right direction. How many people do you really message on LinkedIn every day? We take a step and feel like that one step is good enough because I'm such a big deal that people will just come find me. No, ma'am. I might be waiting a long time for the editors at Essence Magazine to find me. That was going to take a long time. I was going to be in my 40s. It might have taken them a couple of years for me to grow my platform big enough for them to take notice of the work that we do. Might take them too long. So that means I got to get myself together and pitch myself. And I got to learn what that looks like. And I have to be prepared to say, hey, I'm that person. We're true to this work. Like, I'm not about to give up and start selling candles and insurance in the next month. We're not doing it. Okay? So today, you're a big deal. Maybe we stop oversharing. Maybe we stop oversharing with people who are not going in the same direction that we're going. It's okay. Like, here, this is a safe space, right? So we can like go in the group and be like, all right, y'all, I'm working on this. All right, y'all, I'm thinking about this. Like, I'm really thinking about after the conference, maybe bringing our membership back, right? But how to serve you all at the highest level. How to serve you at the highest level, right? Where you come, like after the conference, it's like, okay, we just doing all this 2023 work. Like, so I'm praying about that. I'm mulling it over in my mind. I don't know yet. But in the meantime, everything has been one-on-one for the last, several months. And, I'm just loving it, right? I'm loving it. So the moral of the story is you're a big deal. We're waiting on you to show up and deliver, show up and slay for us. There's a special mission that's in your heart, a special way that you give what you give and do what you do that is needed. Sometimes we're sharing with the wrong people. I told my client yesterday, I was like, when I hear you talk about what's in your heart, when you talk about your book, when you talk about all this stuff, I was like, I see you on TV. I see you on stages. Yes, Tracy, come on and rock with us. I said, I see you on stages. That's what I see. I was like, so don't let nobody else see more in you than you see in yourself. I was like, and what you might have to do, and this is something for all of y'all to do in the future, and maybe come into the group and share that with us, okay? I created a reel for myself because I started to reflect, right? Like one of those old videos popped up from like 10 years ago when I was doing a video to submit to Under Armour Athletics Company a decade ago. And I was saying something like, this beautiful campaign, I was like, this is true to me now, and it's going to continue to be true, right? Like, we're going to keep doing it. I can hear my twin toddlers outside the door, chattering, and I was recording a video to submit to a corporation in the bathroom. The bathroom, family. But then I looked at that video and I was like, wow, God, like everything that I considered in my heart at that time, God did it. And I just put up boom, boom, like flyer after flyer. I'm talking about like 20 flyers. I ran out of space for all the places that I have spoken, helped facilitate, workshops, whatever. The top of my list for that was Essence. And baby, to film with them, like to see the logo in my email, every time it's in my email, God, you did that. God, you did that. And it was like, boom, like sometimes you got to remind yourself. You have to remind yourself, sis, keep doing the work. If you don't have 1 million receipts, but you got 5, make you some kind of put it on the wall behind you. If it's your degrees and your kids, if you working on the degree, but you have your family, let that be a part of your wall of wins, as one of my favorite online coaches calls it. Your wall of wins that reminds you that you are who you say you are. You know that you have a reason in your heart to do all the things. You ready. You're ready. Remind yourself. Sometimes I'm like, I don't really feel like it. And I go look at that video. I'm like, girl, God has brought you too far for you to just be in quitting. You just don't feel like it. Nobody care what you feel like doing. All people care about is results. All people care about is results. I'm about to go make me some lunch. I love you all dearly. Number 1, Mamathon Conference is October 28th through the 30th in Atlanta, Georgia. Friday night, we're all meeting up. We're going out to eat somewhere. I got to find a local restaurant. We all go out and just breathe and laugh and eat and, get to know each other and network. Okay. Saturday is workshop day, WERK. Workshop day. Okay. So we will be, oh my gosh, wellness, self-care, family strategy. There's something for the single women. There's something for the married ladies. And then the afternoon, we're going to be separating. Okay. And we're going to have 2 separate tracks for the conference. Hi, Stacy. We're going to have 2 separate tracks. One track is going to be for the women who are working in corporate. You're working a job, 9 to 5, how to get your resume life together so you can go after that promotion. And then what does it take? Am I ready? Am I qualified to go after this promotion? Like sometimes we want to be promoted, but you a little, I don't know. So my girlfriend, Jennifer, who's chief of staff at some really major company up in Manhattan, she's a big deal. She's going to be coming to facilitate that. She is a dope Black woman. Okay, she kills the game. And so she's going to be coming to facilitate those afternoon conferences, those afternoon sessions. And then there's going to be an entrepreneur track too. If you are a woman who is growing her own business, you are trying to show up and develop your dope branding and all of these things, not just the branding component, but how to raise your price the right way. Okay, so all of these things are going to be happening over the course of the Mamathon Conference. I'm excited. I'm ready for it. So it's October 28th through the 30th. Tickets are available if you look up the Mamathon Conference. Miss Inspire Fully, I gotta talk to you about something. So I'm gonna message you. So if you're looking for the Mamathon Conference 2022 on Facebook, you'll see it. If you're on our Mamathon Diaries page, it's there. If you're on Instagram, the link is in my bio. Come on, sis, come hang out. We'll be at the Renaissance by the Atlanta airport. So they have a shuttle and everything. You don't have to rent a car. You don't have to do any of that drama. So we're just excited to meet you, host you. If you're a ministry wife or ministry leader and you want to bring some ladies from your church, then feel free to let me know that information also. But we just want to help you all have a good time. We're going to worship God. We're going to play a little trap music. It's all going to go together. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So I'm excited. Oh, and if you have a small business and you want to be a vendor, that's a whole nother conversation. I'm gonna put some information out about that too. If you want to be a vendor, or if you're looking to partner with us through sponsorship because you want to be on more of a main stage, you want to be able to stand up and talk about who you are and what you do at the conference, then slide in my messenger for that. All of our sponsorship applications are very reasonably priced. Yeah, girl, trap music. Y'all on tour? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just playing. I'm playing. I'm just playing. So, anyway, if you're looking to partner with us to do an interview before the conference, all that jazz, to introduce you to our community and just get your mission and your brand out there in a different way, then we would love to have you, host you, work with you. Okay. Tanya said, stop it. I just can't. I can't turn it off. I'll be trying, y'all. Some of y'all got 11 kids. Y'all know y'all been twerking. Yes, twerking for we're not twerking for Jesus, but what we're saying is we know how to do it, right? That's all we saying. That's it. We know how to worship and have a little fun too. All right, I'm done. I love y'all so much. I'm about to go get some lunch. I got a call with one of my girlfriends in about an hour to just talk mom life and business strategy. So I am thankful for all of you for hanging out with me this long. Moral of the story is you are such a big deal. We just do not have time to play small. We don't have time to think less of ourselves. We don't have time to, second guess everything we do. Like if you take one thing that I've said and you might just intentionally say, I'm not going to tell this person this information because maybe they're not capable of handling me sharing this right now. Okay. So he said playing small is played out, a fact. That's one of my clients. See, she knows. We on top of it. We just don't have time to waste. We don't have time to waste. God is doing some major things, and I'm a firm believer that your life can change this year. This year. Like the degrees of separation is a very real thing where I'm like one step away, 2 steps away, 3 steps away. But if I stop with my steps, if I stop moving forward, then I am exponentially slowing myself down. So for example, and don't message me talking about I connect you with Tyler Perry. I do not know Tyler Perry. For example, I have an actor cousin who's been on OWN for years, right? She has talked direct. She gets gifts from Oprah, right? I'm not about to message her, reach out to her and say, hey, can you send me Oprah's email? No. However, the degrees of separation, right, are always evolving, always bringing you closer to where you're supposed to be. Where you're supposed to be. There was the lady that is introducing me to some of these coach leaders, WNBA coaches and stuff like that. Baby, y'all think I'm not gonna fast and pray up to this opportunity, like, and show up with all the sauce for this wellness presentation? So that being said, I paid hundreds of dollars to participate in a class that I accidentally met this woman. Let that simmer right here. I pay hundreds of dollars to be in a 2 or 3 hour class that I really could have taught myself. And I was like, oh, this is for speakers. I thought she was going to like blow my mind and give me some information that I had never heard. No, ma'am, I could have taught that class myself. But I told my husband after I got off the Zoom, I said, I think I'm only there to meet this woman. I think the only reason that I was there all that time was to meet that woman. So sometimes we move slow. Sometimes we're like, I don't know. That's fine. Don't be there second guessing everything. That's fine. Take your time. Breathe in your moment, whatever you need to do. But don't be upset, as the quote says, when you don't reap a harvest from the seeds you didn't put out and the work that you're not putting out, that you're not doing, the investments you're not making. Y'all, I pay hundreds of dollars. And I was like, this lady who's teaching this class is about to blow my mind. She did not. She did not. But I told my husband, I think the only reason I was there was to meet that. If I had not paid that money, I never would have walked into that next door. And so for every one of y'all you're like, I don't know, I'm second guessing. Atanya says she met 4 amazing women at her jury duty. Like, I just don't know, like, what we miss out on when we just say, no thanks, I'm not going to go. My husband is at a conference, E.K. Bailey, in Dallas, Texas right now. And he was like, I can't imagine if I had not come to this. Like my life, like all this divine alignment, we're like, God is like moving all these pieces together. And surely if he can move the stars and the moon together, my little tiny self, he can orchestrate me too. Like Tracy, I just so happened to find her on LinkedIn. Just so happened to find her on LinkedIn. And I was like, girl, yes, let's rock together. What we doing? Let's talk about it. You just never know. Even y'all listen, my physical therapist, Miss Charlotte, who is like, her knowledge of the human body is incredulous. Okay. She's coming to the conference to do our wellness component. Cause she was like, you would never think that you having problems with your uterus, for example, would cause aching and problems in your ankles. She's like, you would never think that this and this and this. And so I was like, well, listen, you need to come and say all this stuff to my ladies at my conference. So you need to come and say all this stuff to the ladies at my conference in October. And she was like, I'm going to pray about it. I was like, well, I already know what the Spirit has said, but okay. You take your time. You pray about it. You let me know. But I already know because I think me and my husband have been designated as a bridge of some kind, right? Where we just bring people into our lives and into our circles, and we're part of y'all moving from where you are to the next leg of the journey. Even if you just listen to me on Facebook Live, even if you come hug me at the conference, whatever, if we work together one-on-one eventually, sure, while I'm still one-on-one coaching, because if I get hired by the WNBA, y'all better talk to me while I'm cheap. Okay, I'm sorry. When as the Lord unfolds some of this stuff in my heart, the membership might be the only option. I might have to make one. All right. So anyway, the moral of the story is I love y'all dearly. Y'all are super dope. Mamathon Conference is October 28th through the 30th in Atlanta, Georgia. Okay. If you want to join us, you can grab your ticket. Tracy said, dang. Hi, baby. If you want to join us, you can look up the Mamathon Conference 2022 on Facebook. If you want to vend, if you have a product or whatever, or you want to participate with us as a sponsor, you can do that too. My DMs are open. Y'all know how to find me. Y'all know I'll be popping up on my Instagram and all the things throughout the course of the week. So I think that's it for today. I hope y'all feel good. I hope you feel equipped. and motivated and all that great stuff. And when you're ready to take action and work with me one-on-one while it's available, feel free to hop in my messenger. Okay. All right. I think that's it. I see my husband watching. Hi, baby. All right, y'all. I'm going to go eat. Love y'all, Tracy, Atanya, everyone else who's watching, Nina. Thank you guys for being here. And I look forward to us connecting. If you're not in our Facebook group, message me so I can send you the link.